Hello, Rosado.
Divine One, have you seen my latest drawing?
Oh, I have. An old well deep in a forest. A single sunbeam illuminating a lone flower in bloom. You conveyed a perfect balance of warmth and isolation, light and dark. Just breathtaking.
Exactly. You saw all that right away, didn't you? You would not believe how much time I spent hiking in the woods to find that view. But to hear your experience, to know you understand, makes it all worth it.
Finding beautiful things, then sharing them with friends who would never see them otherwise? You found a lovely hobby, Rosado. I can't wait for your next piece.
Aw, sweet of you to say. But if you're expecting more, I need to raise the stakes. Hey, maybe you could help me. There's a spot I want to get to, but it's a tough hike. It would definitely help to have a buddy.
I'd love to come along.
Great, thanks so much.
What's my angle here?
Hey, Lady Anna. You're really stressing about this new product, huh?
Oh, hey, Princess Tamara. I just know whatever I come up with won't sell well in Solm unless it stands out as truly unique.
Yeah, it's pretty competitive.
What's got you so down?
You know, I just hate to see a friend struggle.
Oh, that's so sweet. But I'm not really struggling. Well, I am, but it's not so bad.
It's not?
Figuring out the details when I'm working on a new product is my favorite part. What does this new market need? How can what I'm offering make everyone the happiest? It's not easy, but the thrill I get when I crack the problem is worth it. It's the best part of being a merchant.
Huh. Okay. That makes sense.
So don't worry about me. I'll figure this out. And when I do, everyone in Solm will love it!
Yeah! That's the spirit! You know what? I just thought of something.
What's that?
Something you should do after designing this fancy new product of yours. Be sure to add your name in the title. You know, like, Lady Anna's Amazing Doodad.
Personal branding? I don't know. That seems a little embarrassing.
Maybe. But if it turns out to be a hit, your family might notice and get in touch with you, right?
Whoa. Princess Tamara, you might have something there. Well, if it works, all the credit is yours.
Hello, Rosado. If you have a spare moment, there's something I'd like to ask you.
Let me guess. You want to know the secret. How'd I get to be so cute? Sorry, I don't have an answer for you. I've always been adorable. I think it's destiny.
No, that's not my question.
Aw.
Your energy seems to be limitless. I heard you can work all night and be fine the following day.
Oh, that's true. Staying up all night is no big deal to me. I'm always fine the next day.
Ah, I envy that. I'd like to be that way too. If I were able to work through the night, I could get so much more writing done. Can you give me some advice?
You know, I've never really thought about it. Pretty sure I just coast through the night on cuteness. I'm sure you could do it too.
Your energy comes from cuteness? Strange. But I suppose it's worth a shot. I've never tried to be cute before. I'd really appreciate some pointers from a professional.
Jade, you came to the right place. Let's bring out your inner sparkle.
Soren, come check out my latest goods. I think you'll find they're all top-notch craftsmanship.
If they can be useful in battle, I'm all for it. Will you try bringing them to the War Council?
Your rendition of that landscape came out stunning, Rosado. I saw it on display in the cafe. Everyone who walked by seemed to stop and stare at it.
Oh, I'm so glad. It was worth the trip, right?
It was. Even if we almost drowned crossing that river on the way. And that pack of wolves that chased us, I really thought we were going to die. But that's all just fond memories now. And the view we found made it all worth it.
Thanks again for coming with. I couldn't have drawn that piece without your help.
I've been meaning to ask you, Rosado, is your passion for art really only about likes?
What?
Watching you draw that day, it felt like maybe you had another goal, beyond validation.
I guess... I do? The world is filled with so much beauty. Most people only get to see a little of it.
Ah, true. It's impossible for people to see everything on their own.
That's such a waste, isn't it? There are forms of beauty out there we don't even have names for. Unique, precious things. If I can show people even a little more of the diversity in the world, I'll be happy. It'll mean I've helped build a world where folks accept and appreciate each other's differences.
Opening minds by showing them new things. Didn't know you were such a profound thinker.
Maybe I'm just showing off.
Not at all. I have a lot of respect for you, Rosado. Even more now.
Thank you. That means a lot. Want to join me the next time I go looking for a new landscape to draw?
I'd love to. I'm eager to see what you show me next.
Heyo, Rosie Rosado. Having a shucks-a-doodly day?
Jade, you're incredible. Every greeting you give me is cuter than the last.
I must admit, this is a bit addictive. It's fun to turn this on without warning.
What a wonderful monster I've unleashed. Good for you.
Thank you. It's liberating to relax and be silly like this. I know I don't look the type.
That's true. Your face is like a marble sculpture. Classy, majestic, beautifully mysterious.
Sometimes I wonder if I should make an effort to express myself more.
That mysterious air is exactly what's unique about you. Don't you dare hide it.
Well, shucks-a-doodles. I won't.
There she is. So cute I can barely stand it.
I'm glad this little experiment led to us getting to know each other, Rosado. I may not have found any secret wells of energy to help me right through the night, but these cute lessons will definitely help me flesh out the quirks of some of my characters. It's been fun to think about what makes something cute. Interesting creative exercise. Thanks for sharing a bit of yourself. These chats have become very special to me.
You are the essence of cute. The way your true feelings shine through, like a sunbeam, pure and radiant.
Thanks-a-doodles. But I still have a lot to learn from Rosie Posy Rosado, cuteness maestro.
High praise. Thanks.
Marin, thank you.
What? Why are you thanking me all of a sudden?
You told me I should take pride in the fact that I'm a dragon. I'm not sure I can truly see it as a positive thing yet, but everything you said makes me think that I might feel good about it. One day. So, thank you, Marin.
Lady Vale.
Marin, what's wrong?
I'm all right. I'm just so happy you feel that way. I can't help crying. I will never forget this moment as long as I live.
It's okay. You don't need to make a big deal out of it. Oh, you are unusual, aren't you?
The both of us. What an unusual pair we make.
Yes, we do.
That's it. I've made up my mind. From now on, I'm going to help you figure out what's so great about being a dragon. No one loves dragons more than I do, so that makes me the perfect person for the job. I'm going to find you so many reasons why being a dragon is cool.
I'm so excited. And I'm so glad you're the one to help me with this.
And just like that, I've already found one reason. You are kind. And all those experiences you had during your long life as a dragon made you kind.
I see. Now you're making me blush.
Oh, this is just the beginning. I'm going to find you 100, no, 1,000 reasons. You'd better prepare yourself, Lady Vale.
Okay, I'm ready. You know, for the first time, I might actually be looking forward to life. And it's all because of you, Marin.
Hey, Goldmary, could you teach me how to cook?
I could, but why the sudden interest?
I've been thinking. When it comes to cuteness, I'm obviously miles ahead of you.
Excuse me?
But you're still better than me at a lot of things, and cooking is one of your many talents. So I figure, if I really want to compete with you, I should learn. How hard could it be?
Sorry, but I'm still not past the part where you said you're miles ahead of me in cuteness.
Really? Well, we can come back to that another day. The important thing is I want to learn to cook, and I want you to teach me. What do you say?
Not the most flattering way to ask for a favor. But since we're friends... All right, I'll teach you.
Yes! Thanks, Goldmary! Soon I'll be adorable and multi-talented.
I suppose we'll see. So, the last Fell Dragon Shard is here, in Gradlon Temple?
Yes.
What's wrong, Vale? You don't look well. Did you need more time to rest?
No, it's not that. But I have a request. Please let me go in alone. I'll destroy the shard and come right back.
What? I can't let you do that. It's too dangerous.
Trust me, you won't want to face what's ahead. It's best that you and our friends stay here. Sister, let me spare you from this.
From what? I don't understand.
Is that you? It is you, isn't it?
Mother?
Oh, my dear child. How I've longed to see you again. When I sensed you, I flew here as fast as my wings would carry me.
It can't be. How?
I've missed you so much.
Don't come any closer, Divine Dragon. Or rather, corrupted Lumera.
Just when I finally had a moment with my child.
I didn't expect this. I thought she would stay inside with the shard.
Vale? Did you do this?
No, it was Papa. The rings gave him the power to create more elaborate corrupted. He took her body from Lethos as one last line of defense for the shards.
You knew, didn't you? You knew this had happened to Mother.
I did. They also knew that we couldn't help her. The emblems have used their miracle. They could revive one person and they chose you. There's no other way to save someone who has been corrupted.
You're saying that there's no choice. We have to face her.
You don't have to do anything, sister. Leave this to me.
But it's chilly out here. Why not come inside? You want to break the shard, don't you? Oh, don't worry. I won't bite. I just want to have a nice, long chat.
Mother.
I can scarcely believe it. Queen Lumera in the flesh. What should we do?
We have to defeat her. There's no other way. But I don't know how I'll summon the strength.
I feel conflicted myself. She was my deity. Now I have to fight her?
Yeah. Sol's people aren't super religious, but we loved Queen Lamera too.
We can't falter. If we do, that's it. The world is doomed. Let's go. The door. It won't open.
Let me take a look. A spell has been cast on it from inside. Curious. She invited us in.
Wait. Where is Lady Vale? She didn't go inside, did she?
What? No! She can't go in there all alone! Vale! Open the door!
Forgive me for this.
Goodness. Did you come to see me all by your lonesome?
Your own child shouldn't have to strike you down.
How heroic of you. I'm glad we have this chance to talk, Vale. From what I've heard, you are the little sister of my dear child. If that is the case, I am practically your mother as well. You are welcome to call me your mother, should it please you.
Thank you for the kind offer. But I don't need a second mother in my life. I had one.
Oh, departed is she? Tell me, what was she like?
She was kind and affectionate, and there was so much love within her. But she died before I could truly appreciate what I had. She always did the best she could to keep me safe. And she told me that if Papa ever broke free, if he did, and if he started doing terrible things, as his family, I had to find a way to stop him.
I suppose that means you intend to murder me yet again.
Yes.
How I tremble at the memory of that fatal blow, the pain. Even worse than the pain, though, how you left my heart shattered. I was torn from the side of my beloved child. Can you imagine the depths of my agony? And had it not been for you, my dearest and I would have been together for all time.
I know it's my fault. The fact that you died. All of this. Even though I was a puppet, I killed you. I stole the rings. My actions led to this. You can hate me all you want. But either way, it ends here!
Oh, Vale. Was that meant to hurt? As I'm sure you have noticed, thanks to Lord Sombron's largesse, I am far more powerful now than I was before. It's a shame, really. I honestly hoped that you and I could get along. But anyone standing between me and my child cannot be suffered to live. It's ludicrous to think you might murder me for a second time. How are you so blind? I still owe you a death for the first one. Die, you little defect!
Vale! Sister?
Thank goodness you're all right.
The door should have been blocked. How?
Well, we broke through. Oh, my child. Did you miss your mother so badly? I did. Not a day has passed that I didn't think of you. That's why I'm angry to see you like this. Hasn't Sombron ruined enough? Why do you speak ill of Lord Sombron? It was he who brought us together again. Lord Sombron. You are lost, aren't you? Oh, I was. During the war 1,000 years ago, I was desolate, lonely. I had no one. My mother, father, friends, killed. Yet I had to fight on, alone. If I, the divine dragon, gave up or ran away, the world would be lost. In the midst of all that hurt, I found you, innocent and pure, no evil intentions of your own, and never treated with love. Though you were my enemy, I couldn't bring myself to kill you. Instead, I bonded with you the day we first met. I stopped being alone.
Mother.
I beg you, don't leave me on my own again. Stay here with me.
No. I can't do that. The last time we spoke, you told me to fight on with divinity. Told me to bring peace to the world, no matter what memories returned. Don't you remember, Mother?
Who cares what I said before? Now I want to be together as family.
I understand now. You don't think like my mother. You don't want what she wanted.
You're speaking nonsense. I'm right here. I am your mother.
No. My mother. The one I wanted to see again. The one I loved. She's gone. And she would want me to defeat you. She taught me to stand strong against my every opponent, whoever they might be.
How sad your words make me. You're breaking my heart right now. Who poisoned you against me? The Emblems? The Stewards? That sister of yours? I suppose I have no choice but to kill them all.
Prepare for battle!
I'm sorry. I meant to fight this battle for you.
Thank you, Vale. But this isn't your burden to carry. It's mine. If I don't face this myself, I can't claim to be the divine dragon, an emblem, or Mother's child. Let's do this, together. Then we can face Sombra at last.
Sister, you're crying.
Everyone at the ready. We will free Mother's soul and break the final shard!
Let's do this!
I can fight.
Whatever you say.
Whatever you say. I'm with you.
My pleasure.
I'm all set.
Me?
I smell gold.
With pride. I'm prepared. I'm listening.
Yep.
No mistakes.
This is it! I won't forget you. I had to stop you.
Pathetic. And so, the knight claimed victory.
That was a good session.
Bye-bye now. You have my respect.
Excuse me!
I will protect everyone. I beg your pardon.
That's how it's done.
Unforgivable.
I'm ready to dig in.
I won't forget this. And so, the knight claimed victory. Laughable.
That's how a knight does it.
You picked me!
Okay, who's next?
I may no longer have the emblem rings, but I can use the shard's power instead. Shall I show you?
Mother, what are you doing?
Everyone, get behind the pillars!
Dream well.
Alrighty! That was fun! Thanks!
Your story ends here. I won't forget this.
Farewell to you!
Ooh, I just spotted a rare bug.
I'm pretty tough, you know.
princess does it.
I am the divine dragon.
Ooh, nice!
Me? Okay. Time to open up shop. This item is not for sale! Are we done here?
I'm sorry.
Who's next?
One strike, half up! Mediocre!
Can't let this go to my head.
Not half bad.
Rest now.
Thanks!
At your service.
I hope you find peace.
I am sorry.
It's just like my fairy tales. I'll be good. Ha! Thank you. I feel great!
I draw on your power!
Kind of you.
What'd you think?
Unforgivable.
Of course.
Excuse me!
Who's next?
Dream well.
I still have a lot to learn.
Too slow.
Now this outfit needs a wash.
Okay, who's next?
My path is clear!
We have you all to thank for this.
Oh! Huh? Such a day.
Back at you. That was good training.
You were a worthy opponent.
Thank you.
Emblem, engage! There is no escape.
Yeah. Think again. Scatter like petals. Is it over?
A good wind. I won't let this go to my head.
Emblem, engage! I'm on a mission! Poor thing. I hope I've done well.
I'm not afraid anymore. I had to stop you. Right here. There! A satisfying ending. No. Ooh, I just spotted a rare bug. I want to be with my child. That's my only desire. Please, stay out of this.
Emblem, engage!
Excuse me.
I feel the potential.
That was a good session.
Let's end this scene.
Emblem, engage!
Nearly.
I still have a lot to learn.
Lend me your strength.
Mother. Here we are at last. How about we train here? You'll be the one fighting. The emblem. Ugh. What? You said that back at... The emblem lends you their... Ugh. No! These memories. I wanted to spend time with you. To chat for hours. Take long walks together. Share meals. And then...
Stop, please. It's all right. There are lots of things I wish we'd done too. We weren't able to, but that's okay. It's better than seeing you suffer like this. You can still surrender, Mother. Please. For me.
No! Lord Samron gave me more time with my child. I refuse to waste it. I won't let anyone take that away. Not even you. I waited for so long. 1,000 years of waiting. What have I... Time. It's moving too fast. I can't seem to keep up.
I'm so sorry, Mother.
That voice. Is it you, my child? It would seem that you've received my ring at last.
Mother, you're yourself again.
You remembered the promise that I made to you?
Yes. Every word you said to me before I fell asleep. You see this? I'm one of the emblems now.
My child, an emblem. I can hardly believe my own eyes. Oh, how hard you must have worked to achieve such a thing.
It was tough, but I'm glad I can show you what I've become. I just wanted to make you proud.
It looks like Queen Lumera is disappearing.
The corruption is leaving her body, so now she has to go. Nothing can be done to stop it.
I'm so sorry, Mother. It seems we have to part yet again.
You're wrong. From the first moment that we connected, I have always been at your side. The years after I lost my family were a dark time. The pain of what had been taken was unbearable. But then I met you. And even though I missed you during your long slumber, I knew that you would wake up someday. We'd be together again. Knowing that, how could I ever feel lonely? You and I will never be apart again.
I feel the same. Ever since we met, I've never felt truly alone. Not really. You showed me the warmth of a real connection, and that is stronger than death.
You have always been my bright, shining light. I can never thank you enough for being my child.
Thank you, Mother. Getting to be your child is my greatest happiness. If we should meet again, I want to spend more time with you. Pinky, promise me?
We will, child. I'll remember this promise we have made. And I'll remember you. The sky is so beautiful above me. Just like the one I saw the day you opened your eyes again. From now on, you must protect it all. Everything. Under this beautiful sky.
I promise.
Sister,
I'm all right. Please don't be sad for me. Mother is where she belongs now. I know we'll meet again. It's time to go. We have to check the barrier.
Yes.
Yes.
Queen Lumera.
The barrier is vanishing. We destroyed it at last.
But look what's happened to the sky.
Sombron opened the portal.
Papa... he's there.
If this goes on, the power of other worlds will pour through, and this one will be destroyed. Elios will meet its end.
No. I won't let that happen. My mother entrusted this world to me. I will protect everyone. Everyone who lives beneath this sky.
I have no doubt that a world ruled by you would be a beautiful place.
What brought that on?
It needed saying.
I'll need you to help build that world, Marth. Help me protect it. Forever.
Forever.
It's a promise, then.
A world ruled by the Divine Dragon. Now that's an inspiring thought.
Everyone, how did our forces fare?
We are treating our wounded and should be able to leave soon.
You stand before the final battle, undaunted, full of hope. I've much to learn from you.
When this war's over and we've had time to rebuild, I'm gonna visit all your countries.
Bring the emblems along. After so much time confined to the rings, I'm sure they'd like to see the world.
Right. Now that the 12 Rings' power has been used, people won't try to steal them. The emblems will be safe. They can stay summoned and go wherever they want.
We'll show them our countries, introduce them to our citizens. They'll be seen as war heroes.
I won't say no to a new camping buddy. Oh, make that too! Hope they like to sing.
I imagine their experience will make them good advisors for restoring Alucia.
It's nice, isn't it? Having something to look forward to? Something to fight for the first time in my life. I'm excited for the future.
Before we reach that future, we'll have to face Sombron. Are you ready for that, Vale?
I am. I'm not afraid to stand up to him. I was so lonely. I couldn't admit it, but... he stopped being my father long ago. There's no bond left to break.
Vale.
Divine One, our wounded soldiers have been treated, one and all.
Thank you, Vander. Let's depart, everyone. The final battle is upon us at last.
This journey has made you and your allies so much stronger. I wish I could stay here and help you all build a peaceful world. But we may soon have to part ways.
Looking stylish as always, Princess Tamara. How would you describe your fashion sense?
I just pick clothes that are easy to move around in. Glad you like them, though.
Are you okay, Jade? You look a bit weary. Let me know if you need to rest for a while.
Thanks, but I'm fine. Just worked a bit late last night. Surprised you could read that on my face.
Thank you for fighting beside me, Roy. And for sharing your strength with me.
You don't have to thank me, Vale. I want to make sure I live up to your expectations.
Help me do good things for the people of this world. That's all I ask.
I will. I'll be by your side until every dream you have for this world comes true.
My goodness, that was so much fun!
Looks like somebody's not scared of riding wolves anymore.
It's true. I've conquered my fear. Thank you so much, Tamara.
Don't mention it. Is something wrong? You look a little misty-eyed.
It's just... You always treat me like I'm a normal person.
All I did was plonk you onto a wolf and say go.
That's it exactly. You treat me like... a friend. It makes me happy.
If you're happy, I'm happy. Though, I guess I didn't realize all of this was so special.
It is. Very special. I don't think I can thank you enough.
It was nothing, Lady Vale. Honest.
So, I guess you'll be returning to Solm after the war is over? You'll probably be really busy. Getting ready to be the next queen and all of that.
Yeah. It feels like my to-do list is as big as the queendom itself.
I suppose we won't be able to hang out with each other anymore, like normal friends.
What, you think I'll become a total fuddy-duddy when I'm queen? Give me a little credit. I'll sneak out of the palace to hang out with you if that's what it takes. And we will hang out. A lot. No matter what my title is, because that's what friends do.
I'd really like that, Tamara. Yeah. It's a plan. I can't believe how many rare gems have been stitched into this dress. It's so sparkly.
Are you pleased with your new attire, Lady Vale?
My attire? Oh, I can't possibly keep this. It's way too valuable.
Oh, really? I was sure it would suit you.
And why did you hand me this deed saying I own a deserted island with beautiful beaches?
It also says private villa included. A pretty dress deserves a pretty escape, don't you think?
I suppose. But I can't accept a deserted island or a gem-covered dress.
Perhaps just this crown, then? I had it custom made for you, Lady Vale.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Wait, no, I can't. I don't need this.
But... Oh, won't you please accept just one of these things? For my sake.
For your sake? What do you mean? Oh, I understand. This isn't a gift. It's an offering. It's like when the worshippers from Elusia kept giving me all those fancy offerings, hoping their wishes and prayers would be granted.
Really? Oh my.
Well, I won't accept anything from you, Citrine. It's unfortunate, really. All I wanted was for us to be friends.
Oh dear. Lady Vale...
I had so much fun today. So this is what it feels like to have family.
Vale, there's Something I'd like to ask you. How do you feel about our father? About Sombron?
Oh,
Soon we'll have to face him. Not as his children, but as his enemies. So, I had to ask.
yes. Papa hurt so many people in the past. And now he's doing it again. He is evil. He's never shown me kindness. I'm not sure he thinks of me at all. Still, he is family. Just like you. So I can't hate him entirely.
I understand.
Sometimes I just wish I could be part of a happy family. But I know that's a silly dream. At the very least, I hope I can stop Papa before he hurts anyone else. No. I will stop him. So, that is how I feel about our father.
Thank you for telling me, Vale. I feel the same. The time for reconciliation is long past. I will use all of my power to stop Sombron, but I won't be able to do it without you.
Don't worry. You and me and the rest of our friends, we'll stop him together.
Okay. Let's do this, Vale. Then, when it's all over, our future can truly begin.
Yes. For our future.
Ivy, can I ask why you call me your deity?
During all the hardest moments of my life, the one thing I could turn to was the Divine Dragon. My faith in you gave me strength to survive.
Survive what, exactly?
My whole world. The place where I was born. Illusia Castle is a den of treachery and double-dealing. No one is safe there, and the worst part is, I had no escape. My mother was at the center of every scheme. I was forced to be near every foul conspiracy.
Your own mother.
In her world, every smile is a dagger looking for a back to stab. I hated that place. I hated what it did to everyone who set foot there. The one thing that kept me from despair was my faith. My faith in the Divine Dragon.
But why me?
At first, I worshipped merely to be contrary. They chose the Fell Dragon, so I chose Divine. It was a small, invisible act of rebellion, but it was what I needed. The more I thought about you and your life, the more I knew I didn't belong in the castle.
I'm glad to have been some help, if only indirectly.
Forgive me. To experience your kindness in such a familiar way is an intense thing for me. Could you please act a little more like a deity?
Understood. I'll try to be more considerate.
In all seriousness, Divine One, you are my strength. Even now. Thank you.
Was the meal to your satisfaction, Divine One?
Oh yes, it was delicious. Thanks so much.
Could you look me in the eyes, please?
Sure.
Perfect. Keep on looking right at me. You have such an intense gaze. Tell me what you're feeling in this moment.
Nothing much, really.
Have I stirred your heart so little? Let me ask you again. I'll whisper in your ear this time. Has your lunch with me today brought you any feelings of contentment?
Oh, very much so.
I knew it. I'm so glad. Tell me more about these feelings.
Well, I'm so content I couldn't eat another bite. I'd be really curious to learn your recipe.
My recipe. Not exactly what I had in mind, but if that's really what you want, I'll teach you.
Hey, Rosado. You're looking cute, as always.
Thanks so much, Prince Fogado. I'm getting cuter by the day. At this rate, I'm pretty sure I'll be gorgeous forever.
No doubt about it. I bet your cuteness stretches on in perpetuity.
You really think so? I don't know, you're not exactly selling it. I don't feel a ton of heart behind those words. They seem a little empty.
Oh, how hurtful. I'll have you know, I am nothing if not sincere.
Yeah? Prove it. Tell me how adorable I am. Say it like you mean it, and I'll believe you.
All right. You are, how to put it, as lovely as a delicate blossom in a soulmic oasis.
That's a little better. So, am I the cutest you've ever seen?
Oh, no, definitely not.
What? I'm sorry. What?
You know, I just remembered something I have to do. The Prince business. See you around.
Hey, wait a second. What do you mean, definitely not? How am I not the cutest? Prince Fogado, come back!
What'd you think of the party, Rosado?
Oh, incredible! If it's always this fun, I want to do it every day.
Every day, huh? Even to me, that sounds kind of exhausting. I guess it's different for you. You're from the village of the fair folk.
Sure am.
I hear people there can go all night long and not even have shadows under their eyes. I've even heard you can eat and drink to your heart's content without getting full. Gotta tell ya, I'm jealous. I wish I could do that.
I'm relieved you're only jealous about it.
Huh? What do you mean?
Some folks think it's a bit creepy, actually.
How ridiculous. Don't pay any mind to them. They're just too proud to admit that they're as jealous as me.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
Right on. Well, I'll come knocking next time there's a party. You best be ready.
The final battle is upon us. When you are ready, we will move the Somniel itself to the portal. Once we face the Fell Dragon, there may be no turning back. Are you ready of mind and equipped for what's ahead?
The Somniel is ascending. We should reach Sombron soon. Let's win this battle and then return home together.
Yes, of course.
Marth? What's happening to you?
I can't hide this any longer, can I?
Hide what?
There's something I should tell you before we arrive. The portal has destabilized our world. I lack physical form, as do the other emblems. We may not be able to hold ourselves together.
I had no idea. I wish I had realized. But if the portal is doing this, then it's only temporary, right? After we close it, you and the other emblems will recover.
The moment the portal closes, there will be a great distortion. We will not be able to withstand it.
What are you saying?
When the battle is done and the portal closed, all emblems aside from you will cease to be.
You mean if we defeat Sombron, if we close the portal, we'll lose you and the other emblems?
Yes.
We've been together this whole time, and now you're just going to disappear? Please, Marth. I don't want to lose you and the others. We need you.
Leaving the portal open would doom this world. Would you prefer that?
No, but...
We emblems came into existence in order to aid this realm. We would do anything to protect the people of Helios, even if it means our end.
So our promise to rebuild Helios together, our plan to see the world, none of that is possible.
I'm so sorry.
There's no need to apologize. I've asked so much of you. Too much. But when I thought about a future with you by my side, I felt truly happy.
There is a promise I can still keep. In Lethos, the day you awoke, what did I say when you summoned me? Your ally, until the very end.
I remember.
I will never break that promise. Until this war's end. Until my own. I will stay by your side.
You're so kind, Marth. You've always been so kind.
You are too. That's why we've made it this far. More than your strength. It's your care for others that has brought us all here.
Thank you.
Now prepare yourself. We'll arrive at the portal soon.
I'm ready. So, this is the portal to other worlds.
It's beautiful, but very cold.
You two, here.
Sombron.
Papa.
I did not expect you to survive, let alone reach me here.
We've come to stop you from destroying Helios.
I am done with your worthless world. Return to it and shut the portal. Live in peace there. You stay in your world. I now leave for other ones. That should satisfy us both.
You're going to return and attack Helios again. We'll never believe you wouldn't. And you've caused too much suffering, too much loss to run free. We will defeat you right now and prevent you from invading any other worlds.
Invading other worlds? You think my desire is so simple?
Am I wrong?
Invasion is merely a means to an end. What I seek is a reunion. A reunion with Zero Emblem.
Zero Emblem?
I've not heard word of this before.
Of course not. That emblem is not of your world, nor am I.
What do you mean?
Beyond this portal lie infinite worlds. One of them was my home. It had its own emblem rings, and a war arose to control them. My kind lost. The enemy used the ring's power to slaughter my relatives. All of them. I was very young. Our enemies granted me alone the mercy of exile.
You mean they sent you to Elios?
A peaceful world, ruled by godlike dragons. I was meant to live a quiet life there. But I brought something with me, unknown to them. A single emblem ring.
Zero emblem.
In my world, known as the Emblem of Foundations. With my power, unable to speak, legends said this emblem fought without aid. So much ambition, and no allies. That story showed me the way forward in my complete isolation. I was trapped in this world, without friends or family. Only that emblem gave me comfort.
Whoever it was must have been mighty indeed. An emblem should not be able to survive traveling from one world to another, to stay in form in a new world, even for moments. I've never heard of such power.
Now you want a reunion. So that emblem is gone.
Exactly. And all because of villagers that found me a few years after I arrived. They mistook me for an abandoned child. They pitied me. My first connection in your world. Soon after, the emblem deserted me, leaving only the ring behind. And why? For bonding with the people of this world. I despaired, and then I reduced their village to ash. I swore to forego all bonds in pursuit of my ambitions, as my emblem had. I fought alone, confided in none, preparing to return to my world, to exact revenge. I needed pawns for my plan, and territory. I spent years amassing it all. Then I attacked.
So the war 1,000 years ago. That's what it was about.
But Papa, you weren't alone in this world. Mama loved you deeply. Your believers, your attendants, my siblings, Sephia, Gris, Marnie, Mavir, my sister and me. Everything we did was for you.
As I said, pawns. Acting on my command and mine alone. Meant to be used and discarded. Death which mean nothing.
That's why you killed them all. But what about us? You wanted us to die?
You were no different to me.
How horrible.
You can't be right about your emblem. You weren't left behind.
What?
A solitary warrior like that emblem would know how hard it is to be alone. And would stay by your side, sparing you that loneliness in exile. Until you weren't alone. And had new people in your life. Until you were okay. Don't you think more than anyone, a true friend like that wanted you to have those connections?
You know nothing. Nothing at all about my emblem.
That's true. But if your emblem disappeared without a word, then you don't either. No one does.
All the more reason to be reunited. I will scour world after world.
Sombron, the Emblem of Foundations is no more. You can search and search, but there's no point. You might meet the original hero. But emblems are not the same beings. We are not them. You will never be reunited with your emblem. Ever again.
Be silent.
I can only imagine how much resentment you feel. But to sacrifice so many others, to be so selfish you destroy the world. Kill your own children.
all just so wrong.
I said be silent! You are speaking of things you do not understand. If not for my emblem, I would have died powerless, small. That emblem had the strength to stand alone. Unlike you, huddled together, whining like dogs. Such a warrior showed me the meaning of all existence. Fight alone. Take revenge.
You're wrong. That's impossible. No emblem wants to see a world destroyed. We aid people through our bonds with the divine dragons. We are a force for good. We would never choose to let our power be exploited for evil.
Enough of this nonsense. I won't let you stop me or sway my intentions. I have striven for this for thousands of years. If you intend to stand in my way, you will die.
This is it! Prepare for battle, everyone!
You dare turn your blade on me. You dare interfere with that which I have sought for so long. Such fatal hubris. You will pay for that accordingly. Witness how fragile your bonds really are.
What's happening to them?
I am sealing off the portal back to your world. It's what I should have done the moment you arrived here. I fear your emblem allies are too weak. They will be lost in the distortion between dimensions forevermore.
This cannot be the end. If we must part, remember all that we have done.
Marth! The emblems are...
I knew I'd have to say goodbye someday. But I thought there was time.
So much for your precious emblems. In a matter of moments, the portal will be shut for good. Take comfort, for I shall inflict no further harm upon your world. Though you will die here as I have lived, in anguish, far from home.
We can never go home?
I've been ready to die from the start. Brodia, my land, I pray you endure.
It seems Elusia will never truly know me.
I'm sorry, Mother.
Worry not. I have no desire to prolong your suffering. When I am finished, not one trace of me in your world shall remain, as though I was never there at all.
I'll stop you.
Is that so?
Our fight isn't over. The portal's open. I can do this. If I give it my all, I can summon the emblems back to me. Look at how far we've come. Will you fight him at my side? Your faith in me gives me strength.
Yes, sister. I'm with you.
Vale!
I'll be with you every step of the way. I can't summon emblems, and I can't turn into a dragon. But I'm a royal dragon all the same. There's gotta be something I can do to help.
Yeah!
We'll all be right there with you. You've done so much for each and every one of us. So this time, we're returning the favor.
There's a 100% discount on Lady Anna's aid services today. One-time offer, no refunds.
It's the moment of truth. As one of the 33rd stewards of the dragon, I've gotta help.
The final page of our story will end with sunlight and a victorious divine dragon.
No getting discouraged now. Heads held high. We believe in you, and we will win. Easy.
My victory drawing won't be complete without the emblems, Divine One. Bring them back to us.
You are incredibly cool, Divine One. And so is everyone here. There's no way we're losing.
It's the final stretch of our run. If you get tired, we'll be here to give you a push.
I'm saving my tears for your victory speech. Our path is so clear, even I can't get lost.
I suppose this is a time when riches aren't much help, but I shall pray with all my heart.
As your sister and fellow dragon, I'll do whatever it takes to help you stop Papa.
You have always been my source of strength. Allow my faith, just this once, to be yours. This is the part of the tale where we fall to the dark or rise to the light. Let's reach for the light.
You can do it, Divine One. Underdogs always find strength when they need it most. Trust me!
Imbeciles. Your scrambling is both futile and pitiful.
Please, my friends. I need you all. One last time. Once more. Let us engage! Shine on, Emblem of Beginnings! Mark! Care for us, Emblem of Echoes! Celica! Provide for us, Emblem of the Holy War! Sigurd! Free us, Emblem of Genealogy! Leaf! Rise up, Emblem of Binding! Ron! Sweep across, Emblem of Blazing! Lynn! Restore calm, Emblem of the Sacred! Erica! Fight on, Emblem of Radiance! Ike! Heal us, Emblem of Dawn! Micaiah! Reignite us, Emblem of Awakening! Lucina! Bear your fangs, Emblem of Fate! Corin! Teach us, Emblem of the Academy! Violet! And of course, the final emblem. Connect us! Fire Emblem!
What?
We 13 emblems stand against you with our allies. The future may divide us once more. But here and now, we fight with one heart. This fight, this moment in time, is all that matters.
What nonsense. You are the flicker of an ember, a dying light. You're nothing. The deeper your bonds, the greater your pain when those bonds crumble to dust. Why invite that inevitable pain upon yourself? Why allow such weakness to exist? Give up and perish, foolish child of mine.
Yes, you see me as a child, foolish and weak. And maybe you're right. Maybe that's all I am. But I am not alone. And we're stronger when we stand together. The breaking of bonds can hurt. But when the bond is reforged, it comes back as strong as ever, or stronger. And it brings an even greater hope. If people are willing to work for it, any bond can be brought back to life. And that's what I'll do. Every single time, for however long it takes. You won't leave this place, because we're going to stop you. Get ready, Sabran! This ends now!
Whatever you ask.
I've got this. are safe. That helps.
For the Divine Dragon!
Kind of you.
You got it! All in a day's work.
Understood. Gotcha.
I'm your knight to command. I will strike you down. That was cool, was it not?
I'll do it.
I'm ready for more.
Wouldn't miss it.
Devoted to you.
Tell me what to do.
I'm with you.
Show me the way.
You are pathetic. As if spurning me to be a divine dragon was not enough. Patricide. Unforgivable.
You killed your own children. Tried to destroy the world. For your selfish desires. You're the one who is beyond forgiveness.
I said your world meant nothing to me. Its people, my children. You. Once I leave, I will forget you. Even if we met again, I would not recall your face.
In other words, you'll make the same mistakes as before. So which of us is pathetic?
That's how a princess does it.
No window jumper! Thanks for the business!
Is that a rare critter?
I'll cut you down to size!
I hope I've done well.
I hope you find peace.
Thank you.
Coming through! Okay, who's next?
You fought so hard, traveled so far, merely to die?
Excuse me!
We'll be together forever. This ends now.
Foolish. This is not over. Out of my way, you worms!
Sombron called reinforcements. But what are they?
You thought I sat idly, waiting for you to arrive. I could not bring back my emblem, but I summoned others of equal power. Dark emblems, who once plunged their worlds into despair.
Dark emblems?
That presence. So familiar. Yes. These are the foes we fought in our original forms. Perhaps we should match each emblem to their own enemy. But I can't sense who is who. We should move closer, with caution.
me.
Coming through!
Are you ready?
It's just like my fairy tales. I'll be good. Ha! Thanks!
Anything for you. I must focus.
thing.
I've had my eye on you. Grant me strength and victory! No obstacle will stand! One from me! Rest now.
I'll have to up my weights.
Say your goodbyes. That was good training.
Excuse me!
Just what I needed.
Pathetic. Laughable.
Come on! That was a good session.
Understood.
Emblem, engage!
Don't break too easily.
Come again!
I am the Divine Dragon. I'm not afraid anymore.
Slashing more than prices! Thanks for the business!
Too slow. Looks like I broke them.
Don't waste my time!
The shield is gone! Now's our chance!
Then I will be denied my reunion.
We've won, Sombron.
Now I will never return home. Perhaps that is just as well. I am tired. Tired of searching in every shadow.
For the Emblem of Foundations?
I would look in sunless woods, gloomy caves, the shade of a dead tree. In such places, I felt my emblem again. Now, that is all over.
You chose to be alone, yet continued to look for this emblem. Why?
Perhaps I wanted someone to appreciate how far I had come, all on my own. Someone to see me, who I am. After millennia of being cast away.
I could have been that person. Or Vale. Or our siblings. Why didn't you let us? Why choose to start these wars?
I need no connections. Not in your world.
Even at the end, you don't want to be a father to us. Very well. You'll only be the Fell Dragon. An evil that we slayed. That's how we'll remember you.
Do as you please. I have been alone for all this time. Why should my death be different? I do not need mercy or pity. I will fade in this place, apart from the one I yearn to see.
Do you remember the invocation?
What?
The invocation for the Emblem of Foundations.
I have tried. Again and again I said the words. It was no use.
Still, it couldn't hurt to try. One last time.
All right. Burn. Burn us, Emblem of Foundations. Oh, this light. Oh, at last we meet again.
Papa? I don't see anyone.
I don't either. It must be someone only he can see. An old friend. The one person he truly let in.
You and I. Let us be on our way. Once more. Engage.
Papa.
He's gone. And the ring for the Emblem of Foundations. That's gone with him. Our fight is over. Let's go home. It's time to shut this portal once and for all. The portal is closing. Once it's shut, the war ends. And balance returns to the world.
We did it!
Oh, it's really time to say goodbye.
This was a wonderful journey. Thank you for letting us share it with you.
No. Thank you, Marth. I'm so sad to see you go. But it's time to stand tall and say goodbye. Thank you for keeping your promise. You really were my ally. My friend. Through it all, I just hope I'll be strong enough for whatever lies ahead.
You will be. You're already much stronger than 1,000 years ago. Or the day you awakened. I know you'll carry on the Emblem's legacy. And your mother's. We will not be here to help you anymore. Now, it's your turn to help others. As the Divine Dragon, and as an Emblem.
I will.
You're not doing this alone. We'll be there to support you, sister.
We can't replace Marth and the others, but we'll do what we can.
Yes. Please, don't worry. It's no good. Here come the tears.
I wish we didn't have to lose you.
We were just getting to know you, and now... goodbye forever?
Please do not cry.
But...
This world's burdens are yours to shoulder. Meet them proudly. You should not always hold back tears. But please, for now, try to.
I agree. I'd like for us to part with smiles on our faces. That's how I want us to remember each other. In joy, not sorrow.
Me too.
It seems this is goodbye. But we'll never bid farewell to what we learned together.
I'll miss you, but I know you'll choose the right paths to walk.
We'll always be together in spirit, no matter the distance. Build a bright future.
Don't worry. I can see that your lives will be filled with hope and happiness.
Go out and create a better world. I know you can. I know you will.
I will be praying for you. Praying that your world is filled with kindness and laughter. Wherever you go, may the blessings of Mother Earth and Father Sky follow.
I'm glad to have known you. I hope you make an Arcadia of this land.
If your nations band together, there is no hardship you cannot overcome.
Know love as well as grief. Honor your bonds. Carry the light, and nothing will be impossible.
Lead with compassion, Divine One, and may your happiness be eternal.
This is the moment.
So it is.
Thank you. You are a member of our family. The emblem who connects us all. If ever we cross paths again. No, when we cross paths again, I hope that you will remember us. We who existed together for this time. The 13 emblems.
Of course I'll remember you. Everything about you. And all the times we shared. Even when we're apart, we'll always be connected. Thank you for standing with me until the very end. Goodbye, emblems. My family, you gave me courage, strength, and inspiration. I will follow your example, always. I promise. Let's go back home, everyone. Back to Elios.
Promises were made to you on the fields of your awakening, unaware that this would be the start of your story. Images come back to you and flicker in your memory. You prayed for strength to carry on. I heard you calling out to me. So, even though it may be easier to run from the fighting, what you sought all along was the strength to free your soul from this dark night of sorrow. You can seize your dreams, and though they seem like the wind that sweeps across the plains, you can rise up and begin again. May your wish come true. We can see this through. Just show me your brightest smile to restore the light of morning sky. Promises you made to me as you gazed into my eyes of blue, hoping that our paths would cross once again. On that day when all was lost, I remember what you said to me, that the past, our wounds and all the pain would be healed by the break of dawn. So long ago, you always stood beside and put your faith in me. I was scared and alone until we forged a bond together that would last forever. Gather up your tears, put aside your fears, bare your heart, your fixed desires, reignite the dimming fires. If you pray with passion, find your way to action. You can make your dream reality, be a shining star for all to see. So many times I was defeated and I'd given up hope. Teach me to care when all I love is lost and gone up in smoke. And I can't hold back these burning tears. Who will be the light in this endless night? Bonds of fire connect us, the provides protects us. Feel the warmth, the precious memories, the promises you kept to me. Bonds of hope unite
Today's the day of my coronation. Today I'll be crowned the Divine Dragon Queen. I had hoped that all of you would be standing by my side for the occasion. But I guess not. Shine on, Emblem of Beginnings! Worth a try. I wonder if we'll ever meet again.
Aha! I knew we'd find you in here!
We must have looked everywhere.
Everyone.
The coronation is going to start any minute now.
All right. Time to get changed, unless you're wearing that.
Yeah, I guess I should, huh? Huh?
Well, hurry up! Come on!
Whoa, okay, I'm coming!
Someday, in the future, our paths may cross once more. Our bonds can be reforged time and again. Whenever you desire, you need only say the word.
In case